It is time for our gaming news. In this segment, we share the best headlines from the week in the gaming industry. And first up, we have Cyberpunk 2077 as promised. They released the gameplay demo that they showed off to everybody at E3. However, I feel like it's probably a little bit of a more condensed version than it was at E3. But nonetheless, we have new gameplay footage from Cyberpunk 2077. And with it, some new information about gameplay that we have discovered. So I'm pulling this from a reference at GameSpot.com. But in it, we saw a good amount of new features in regards to player choice in the game, carrying out some side quests. Got to hear more of the voices of the characters, which is pretty cool. See some more of the graphics, some of the driving mechanics, and then a new area called Pacifica that I thought was really interesting. That was meant to be this new area where they bring people in, and it was very high-end, ritzy, fancy, and then shit hit the fan, and then now it's like half done, and then this gang moved in called the something boys or whatever, that it's like this Jamaican group, and they've taken over the whole region, and they seem like they're a little scary and interesting and dangerous, but it looks pretty. I mean, I'm still excited about it. Like, it looks really good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's got some more gamey sounding stuff to it than you're starting to see it more as a game and less of like, oh my gosh, it's the biggest masterpiece non-game related content thing ever. Now it feels like it's actually a game and it's real.
Yeah.
And that's probably a good thing in a way. They showed off some of the customization and stuff like that, but there's a couple of things that I specifically want to highlight, such as the paths, because you can decide at the beginning a life path of your character. So like what kind of person you're going to be, and this is going to tie into your story, things that you can say down the line. So it's kind of like when you're playing Mass Effect and you could decide if you want to be, what was it, like Renegade or something else or whatever, like Paragon. Good or bad. You could make those choices early that affected your dialogue later on or gave you new dialogue options. I think it's going to be kind of the same way, but you have more of them to choose from. So they're going to have that in place, which sounds pretty interesting. I saw like they had a differentiation of you can be like a brawler kind of character that gets up close and personal and like takes people down in melee fight and lots of gun combat and stuff like that. Or you can be more of the hacker type that does a lot of like almost like Watch Dogs-y hacking mechanics to carry out your combat maneuvers, or non-combative entirely if you want to, and go that route instead. So depending on the type of player you want to be, you have those options in there. And that's like the Netrunner character, I think is what they called it. So it allows you to like hack into things to do different types of things, which is pretty cool.
And that's what I'm doing more of.
You think so?
Yeah. They say you can run in guns blazing or you can go in stealthy. And I was like, I feel like stealthy is the way to go, though.
Sounds like you, man. Yeah. Like Ranger style, you know?
Well, no, I mean, I like my fair share of just going in guns blazing, but I mean, you have all this technology, you got to use it. Like that's the world you live in. I feel like that is what you should do, especially as a character. You know, you go in guns blazing when all else is lost. I feel like that's just me.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to get into the mindset of the world that we're going to be in. Anyway, continue, please.
Well, they also mentioned, this was not mentioned in the video, but it's kind of brought about a little bit. They actually had city planners hired to work on Cyberpunk to help them build out the city to make it more believable and real, which I thought was pretty interesting.
That is very awesome.
And I guess in the Witcher 3, you play the Witcher 3, I didn't play it, but apparently to get quests in that game, you got extra side quest missions from like boards and then NPCs kind of randomly throughout the game. And this one, apparently there's designated quest givers called fixers that you find throughout the world that you go to get extra missions. So I think it's more intentional. It's not like you just discover them. It's like, I need to do missions. You go find these people that need jobs done.
Right.
And then they'll give you these quests to carry out. One thing that I thought was interesting in the video is they showcase the leveling, the ability tree system and how you upgrade your character. And, you know, it's not like you pick your life path, but it sounds like once you get past that point and you add abilities and stuff like that, you can really kind of fashion your own type of character to be you in any direction. So the way the tree is set up, I mean, it just branches out in all different pathways. And it's not like you just follow like this line or this line or this line. It's just, you just go anywhere you want to and create the character that is uniquely yours, which I would like to see more about that and what that looks like down the line, but it looked kind of interesting. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. The game looks awesome. The cars look super sick. Vehicles and stuff like that. The different gangs of Voodoo Boys, that was the name of them. The Voodoo Boys and the animals. Seeing some of that kind of dichotomy inside the game is cool, where you can like decide if you want to become friends or enemies with different groups that can then adversely affect other relationships throughout the game.
Right.
So they're doing a lot of stuff with it. And to add to that, I found another article on Polygon that mentioned that Projekt Red is officially making more Witcher and Cyberpunk games in the future. So this is kind of in a broader spectrum of them as a company. They are doing this new push where after they finish Cyberpunk 2077, they're moving to what's called a dual franchise model. And that means that there's more games coming from both. So in the future, CDPR is going to be basically a studio that's going to pump out these two franchises back and forth. So they'll have The Witcher, they'll have Cyberpunk, and then several independent teams that are going to be doing some other projects. But this goal is going to allow the company to conduct parallel work on several projects and smooth out their long-term release schedule. So this means that it permits them to optimize manufacturing and financial activities, mitigate important risk factors, and make it easier for the company employees to seek professional fulfillment. So basically, by working on two of these franchises together, they'll be able to limit the peaks and valleys in their balance sheets and maintain a larger and more capable workforce of game developers. So while one game is kind of like, I think they're kind of following the GTA model, where they're doing like GTA and then Red Dead back and forth is what they've done recently. Well, not sort of. Kind of doing that where they switch between two franchises, and the one stays alive. They support that one while they're working on the other one, and putting that one out. So we're going to see more of both games, which I think is a good thing.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Cyberpunk, April 16th, 2020. It's around the corner.
Heck yeah.
Any additional thoughts, Austin?
No, I mean, I can't get any more hype than I already am. So seeing all this, it really doesn't do anything for me, honestly. I just want to play it. Let's just do this.
Yeah, just give it to me
I'm
now.
done with the marketing, okay?
I know, it is kind of interesting. Like, we were like, I want to see more and more of this game. Like, I'm so excited. Like, they haven't told us anything or said anything. And now that we have a release date and stuff, it's just like, okay, just get over with. Let's just get to the game. Let's drop it. I kind of wish they had waited a little bit and given it more like a 4-month like marketing cycle, as opposed to what was, well, a year, I guess, year and a half now. I mean, because they announced that first trailer last year, and then it's been a year, and then now we have another 6 months until the game comes out. So,
I think I've gotten to the point as an older adult that as soon as I know I'm hyped for a game, like I really don't care to see anything else now. Like, I know I want it. I know I want to play it. They've given you enough information. Like, that first trailer gave you way more than enough information to get you pumped for it.
Oh, like the 45-minute demo or whatever?
Yeah. And I was like, okay, that's all I need to see.
Yeah.
They explained everything. They showed enough. I'm ready to play.
Yep.
So
bring it out.
Yeah.
Bring it out. But you did get to see more of Johnny Silverhand in this one, which is kind of cool.
Yes.
So
yes.
Got to see his involvement a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
He seems pretty badass. Excited.
I mean, I saw enough of him. I'm ready. Damn it.
I know.
Give me the game.
Give it to me now.